If, like me, you're on the Octopus Go or Go Faster tariff and you're coming to the end of your renewal in the next few months, then stick around till the end of this short video and I'll explain why I've swapped my cheap Go Faster tariff for a more expensive Go Faster tariff. It might sound mad, but hear me out. You may recall from my previous video, it was less than a year ago when I switched to Octopus Go Faster from the Octopus Agile tariff in response to the increasing cost of wholesale gas and therefore electricity prices. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can check out that video in the top right hand corner. At the time on Go Faster, the price per kilowatt hour of electricity at peak was 12.93p, and I chose the off-peak 3-hour slot at 4.5p per kilowatt hour on a fixed term of 12 months. The peak rates will be dependent on the region you're in, but those in this video relate to the northeast of England. The off-peak rates are the same for all regions. Shortly after, and as expected, prices increased in May 2021. For any new customers or those making any amendments to their existing Go tariff, for example changing the time slot, peak rates increased to 14.99p per kilowatt hour, with the off-peak rate remaining the same. Not a huge change in the grand scheme of things, and still significantly cheaper than most fixed tariffs. Less than 6 months later in September 2021, those rates rose again. Peak rates increased by 56% to 23.39p per kilowatt hour, with the off-peak rate again remaining at 4.5p. Just 3 months later in December 2021, peak rates increased again by just under 27% to 29.64p per kilowatt hour. This time the off-peak rate didn't survive an increase and it rose 66% to 7.5p per kilowatt hour, and Octopus stopped offering the earliest off-peak start time of 8:30 in the evening. Unless you've been living under a rock, you'll be aware that things haven't gotten any better, and Ofgem announced on Thursday the 3rd of February that the energy price cap will rise by more than 50% from April 2022. I'd be very surprised, given the regular increase we've already seen to the Go tariffs, that this won't increase again. Once changed, any new customers joining or those making any amendments to their existing Go tariff will be subject to new rates and higher daily standing charge costs. If we assume that Octopus Energy increased their Go tariff peak and off-peak rates by 50%, we'd be paying a massive 44.46p and 11.25p per kilowatt hour respectively, and they may potentially rise again later in the year. With the expected price rise, I've chosen to hedge my bets and move from my current cheaper rates 2 months early. But what does moving over now mean to my monthly electricity cost, and what might it look like if I hadn't done this? To work this out, I compiled my peak and off-peak electricity consumption data over the last year, which you can do too from your Octopus Energy Online account. My average electricity consumption is typically just over 16 kilowatt hours per day, with approximately 8 kilowatt hours being used in peak times and the same off-peak. If you're finding this video useful, then you may be interested in an upcoming video where I look more in depth at whether investing in a battery storage system to go with my existing solar array, or even adding some more solar makes financial sense with the recent price rises. I'll cover some of the things I'm considering before going ahead with any installation, including what might happen if off-peak rates were to disappear entirely. You can click that subscribe button with notifications for free so you don't miss out. Now, back to the video. You can see the difference in the average price per kilowatt hour and daily total cost of electricity. Moving across 2 months earlier than my renewal date to the current rates will cost me just over £50 per month more than if I'd chosen to stay on the tariff I signed up to in April 2021. However, I'll be locking these rates in for the next 12 months. An average price of 19p per kilowatt hour is still very competitive in this current energy market. Moving over early, if these predicted new rates are anywhere near correct, it will have saved me just under £300, and that's without even accounting for any increase in the daily standing charge or in the tariff later in the year. Could it even be a possibility that these off-peak tariffs disappear entirely? Obviously, whether you make the same move depends on your peak and off-peak usage, the current version of Octopus Go you're on, and when it's up for renewal. But just have a think, and spending a bit of time looking into it may save you a significant amount of money. So, let me know in the comments section below, are you in the same situation and have been thinking along similar lines? Have you already made the move? Or have you found a better option altogether? If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to check out the next watch video, and if you've learned something new, then please consider liking it and subscribing to our channel to keep up with new content we'll be uploading. Thanks for watching, see you next time.